My audience is still come, born frowning all over the feet of what propped them inside, straddling the interior meatus to prevent exit, coughed, bouncing off this doorstop life. I make light of duality at large, because all I care to see is the canvas I'm about to mar, the platter from which my phlegm will dip its ink. Where the rabble withdraws, I am always willing. Point is, I'm an escaped cancer my mother is catching up on, a chatty tumor gelled into a man, a spoon-fed cyst. I got Judas's say-so in my silver. Thank you for your consideration. My guest today gets high off the trade of talking, whereas I do it as a fallback after having had to awaken day in and day out. His smile could light up a colostomy pouch. Chad Scarlelli haunts the literary community with a tale or two from your favorite corporate headshot of an author, usually concerning their wardrobe and how many pumps their parents took to rot them. The agents who summoned this man pale in comparison to what, I'm not sure. The fact that his single book was on a major press 20 years ago confounds the laws of being born white. Chad, may I call you Chadster? If I say I admire a mixed writing technique, it does not subscribe me to the promotion of any deeper of a melting pot, yea or nay. I say that because the left and right extremists who doxed me ended up killing each other on my porch. Can't dox a kamikaze. But you are much braver, going all the way progressive in front of a number of writers. What sort of fucking value do you place on humanity? Oh, the utmost, of course. You kind of make me want to say sorry for your loss on sight. Didn't follow your intro, but it seems rather assiduously composed. I feel like there's a path to redemption with your name on it. It just hasn't been located yet. But as a writer who only writes haiku the length of his erection, I want to tell you about my dog's name. Spare me, O Faye. I see in your eyes the same dead look the media subscribed us all. Nothing brighter. You partake of the dopamine avalanche. True, sometimes I want to see how the cunts are clucking. What in the name of context is anything you say about? Let me interrupt me. I was born near the Grand Canyon. Now listen, that's not my fault. My tan is permanent. I rub it to know I'm real. Understand, though, that if you keep speaking hate to me, my hair gel will malfunction. Are you a male feminist for a living? I hesitate to proclaim myself anything. Not that I'm not in total favor of feminism, but I'm aware of the juxtaposition of male intent as it is so wantonly declared. Man, guys really suck, huh? Not to get edgy on you, can we swear? How often do you fuck? And I don't just mean your wife and kids. Let me turn you back around in that question. Try not to speak to me as if you've established any credit, okay? I used to fuck like the hotel was on fire. Now, however, I admit I've burned more than a few physical bridges. Well, I like to think my underwear have meaning the tighter my tailor takes them. You know? My children grow in size and in number by the month. How so many so soon? With one spouse, excuse me, partner, who I celebrate daily when Obama lets me? I didn't say licks me. I'm not implying she has a trick uterus and a lab for eggs because we're also close to 50. We were born astride the same astrology. The horns below our navels got tangled on the fairway. What's your firstborn do for a living? My firstborn lives with her mother in the house of a professional therapist who is one of these men who had his circumcision professionally reversed. They all helped him stretch it, sleeved back in. I am indifferent concerning any of their survivals. Great to hear, and I'm sure they love you for it. Why do I concern myself with bagels? Why are you the French toast of the left-hand path? You'll hear why after this. After what? We should start a soup kitchen together. You're a real soup kitchen starter-upper. The hell you say. I live on the borrowed property of an ailing progenitor. I'm a rabidly bad caretaker, more neglectful than malicious. However, the cats who infest my space with their characteristic perma-piss, to them I bear ill will. I will push tacks into their little eyes, round flat tops shining where they once could see. Imagine each of them backing up in blind terror, indescribable, unforeseen pain, screeching as I dig the tails out of their asses with a hammer, wrench it through their sense of balance, spin them in a bag, to make sure, dump them out in cleaning fluids, chart their gait as it deteriorates. But I don't know, don't you find that killing, like music, is too universal? The catharsis of its performance is merely physical. Not that relics last, but there is no palpable enough relic to keep off of a corpse. The relic is reduced to a singular trophy, no paragraphs to court your time with, and I don't esteem humanity enough, dead or alive, to get my druthers from enforcing its decay. I wish I contained the moxie to end a thing or 10. Great topic for an artist, but not a great art itself, murder. I'm used to more me on me. I'm used to being of better assistance. They used to have to build a bunk bed at the gym. That's how strong they need to be, those who whiten my teeth for me. Your nonsense won't do, coming from so pearly a source. I've been to heaven, and the door locks both ways, Al. Ever settle down in the Dow? Get a wonky broker to lend a hand? Ever think the internet and your ilk upon it have converted the aristocratic fear of being perceived as gauche and overconfident, this king's speech of over-enunciated virtue, into a conspiracy, and that conspiracy grew legs and ruined you, with its self-fulfilling prophecy of navel-gazing guilt vampires in a vain attempt to escape vanity due to the fact that the worst potentiality always ends up true, and everyone's shittiest assertion about their nemesis across the board is just reality? Maybe repeat this in the morning. Who is saying they speak the truth the loudest, and how deaf will that make me? Foist your agendas into my bonkers evocations, my fumbling digestion at the horrors of play. Goddamn, man, you haven't blinked since you got here. If I were a robot, every day would be a staring contest between a screwdriver and my screws. You're too overt. Does not compute. Try this on for size. Try the size of my house on for size. Consider Sam Harris's mistake. He's another of these professional intellectuals. He qualifies badness. Mistake number 1. The universe, as we see it, he insists, is not supposedly, allegedly every living thing is not forced down a non-stop tunnel of the worst physical torment imaginable, and this is proof there's a spectrum from how bad things could be to the middle ground we occupy. But any grade school sadist could tell you stopping on something repeatedly is not how you wreck it proper. First you have to show the mark its own potential. Stuff them full of fluffy. Leave a little recovery time, so they misremember the next upcoming interval of pain and how that damage will reinvent them. Stall the impact with a shard of hope. Make them glimmer so their fall is coated, a little frosting in the IV. Then the torture is exquisite. An expertise for endurance flavors top-shelf misery, so piquant. We are in the scary place. No scale could represent how badly we exist. Don't tell me what is, or I won't welcome you to the realm of the not. Check my math, friend, behind every demand for a smile. They want you full of hope, so there's a path of blood behind the deer. It is lit by the wheezing breath of screens. Precisely! And the nastier you signify, at your expense or not, the more shrill your inversely connoted shout for morality. to your elite and minuscule fellowship of artisans. So who is pious now? Why don't you sit on my lap till Christmas stalls out? Why do you despise your disguise? Excuse me, are you Satan herself? Don't gender the nether, boombox head! Where they breed me, Satan was just another servant walloping the iron tit. Well, let me sign a contract to get a fucking break with the page here. I'm willing. Pluck a pleasant sentiment from my purse, bitchly! Maybe I will. Go ahead! Well, I think I will. I'll say something nice. Then I'll be sicker than the hair matted to the back of your thighs. Tell me an affirmation. Gift me one, right now. Your likes are in limbo. Perhaps a casual or poignant fact about your day today. Okay, I will. Go ahead. I am. Do go on. I'm a bit inexperienced. Shall I guide your hand? Shall I lend you my paw? One positive exhortation, baby steps. Who programmed you?
The globe halted, reversed trajectory a minute. Out I crawled, bolts sizzling lava, cooling down in the effront you call air, yelping wads of hair by the throatful. I won't stop until every hand is held, until the music blaring from each porta potty is a new universal income. I keep my marionettes fatter than their strings, slide butter down when they climb. You think this started with technology? I stroked my graying beard atop the first wheel as it rolled. Now you receive a hit upside your head for playing guessing games with an inconsequential sentience.
Ow! God damn it! Will you stop that and pass my resume out of your bowels for me so I can share its whiff with the entire offices of your kind?
Bow out, Wichly. Bow out. Bow out. Bow out. Bow, bow, out, bow, bow, out, bow, bow, out, bow,
You're my audience, and I'll keep it real with you. My middle name is Martin, and I'm endlessly thankful to my family. I'm so glad I have an audience, husband pillowed around me. Y'all stick by my side through these harshest of times. I know I sound bitter on occasion, but rest assured, I'm as dependent upon your attention as an Olympic chamber pot. I love you. I love all your little noses. I want to abscond with each of them, caulk the cartilage along the top rung of my shower, and never masturbate again. Think of me as a spouse and a half, reliant but challenging, dignified. I'll never sell out, but I value your feedback if you feel that I have. Yesterday I woke up hungover and had a bowl of, like, sugarless cereal or something, and I meant it. Then I cleaned and walked my cats, having knelt inside their litter, mouth ajar. I love you, and I love all cats. I would never wait out a woman's friendship and fall upon her as she slept. Men are the war causers and the ambulatory cake mix of everything evil. Don't forgive us, still I love you. Are you nudged into warmth by this admission? I apologize for having yelled in episodes past. I didn't mean to foster oral anxiety. I don't think I've wished anyone harm since preschool, and perhaps we're finally there. I love you and I want what's best for you, but I worry about you. I just want to pick you up by the ankles and swallow what upsets you, link by link, until a heart poops out and envelops us. Snug but not suffocating. I want to grow old ensconced with you for the joy of having had your ear a minute, or none. We'll eat our way out of the marshmallow and deem the resulting elementary stoppage a tribute, the puckering smooch of a chocolate wand uniting me and you in our lunch in synchronized bites.